Here we are with another episode of the Yankee.
And the Hillbilly.
And Jay, might I say, you are looking sharp today.
You know, I noticed that you were looking quite dapper yourself.
And the one thing I would say is, you are not looking ugly.
You are not looking ugly either. But, have you ever been ugly?
Been ugly?
Yes, have you ever been ugly?
I mean, I have my unattractive days.
No, I'm not talking about being unattractive. I'm talking about being ugly.
Being ugly? What do you mean by being ugly?
Well, this is another topic that we're going to talk about, if you were wondering. Being ugly. Is it being rude or mean? Or is it your physical appearance?
I mean, growing up north, in Yankee land, as you like to call it, I mean, if you're ugly, you're ugly. I mean, you don't look good. You look like a butt. I mean...
This is where the we have to find, we're going to have to actually find the geographic location where these differences in our dialogues start to change, because I know that down in the South, especially for older women, like my grandmother used to drop that on us all the time. For example, you know, if she heard my grandpa out there cursing because he couldn't fix a part on the tractor, she was like, "Did you hear your granddaddy with that ugly talk? He was just being so ugly." So
I think you should use your grandmother voice more often.
Okay, I'll try to do that.
No, I mean, I've heard, since I've moved down here, I mean, I have been down here 9 going on 10 years. And I've heard it a lot. And you know what really scares me more than anything is, one, sometimes I will tell people to stop being ugly.
Right.
And two, I don't really notice when people use it as a phrase. I mean, when I first moved down here, that was a big shock. And, working in a school with little kids, like, you try not to insult the kids. So when you said stop being ugly, I would go, "Oh man, I know that kid's not good looking, but come on."
I could definitely see where if someone were to, because we have a lot of military kids, and I could see if someone had transferred in from a northern location where that was not the norm.
But I mean, a lot of the kids say it too, though. It's like,
yeah, but I think they get acclimated to it pretty quick. But if somebody, like you said, if somebody was not used to that, if at a meeting, you have a very southern or hillbilly-ish, however you want to call it, person say, I just did not appreciate the way you were talking. You were being so ugly. You were ugly in that meeting.
So now, if you had to guess, where would you say the line is?
I don't know, because, like you said before, because I've looked at it all different ways. Back, throughout history, as cities grew, they grew in certain, they kind of expanded out, but in the beginning, there were farms and farming. The farming culture was everywhere. I don't know where that line is. I'm thinking that it's probably up. I'm thinking like once you get past Virginia.
See, I was going to say south of Richmond.
South of Richmond. That could be. It could be.
I mean, I know people from Delaware. I know people from Maryland. I know people from D.C. I've never heard that term until I moved down here. Now, I haven't spent extended time in Virginia, and I know a lot of the North Carolina culture is in Virginia. But now I will say it stops at Florida.
Yeah, well, Florida is its own special situation, because it's like Florida is
New York City.
Yeah, it's almost as if the whole Star Trek transporter room thing happened. At some point in time, a lot of old people from way up north transported themselves to Florida and turned it into something completely different. And another thing about Florida now They used to be which they still are very famous about their alligators. But now, oh, my phone is blowing up.
Well,
a second.
don't worry, we're not doing a video or anything right now.
It's my daughter's boyfriend trying to text her. I'll cut this off. Well,
I sure hope he doesn't watch this video series.
Well, if he does, he'll know that I know when he texts my daughter.
That's good.
What I was saying before, down in Florida, which is totally off the subject, how we got on this, we just got on it. But now, do you watch about the pythons and snakes and stuff down in Florida? That's ridiculous, man. Yeah. Okay, but getting back to being ugly, I'm going to ask you this question: have you ever been?
You were sort of ugly about your daughter's boyfriend, right there.
Did you think that was ugly? I thought that was pretty mild myself.
You didn't say anything ugly, but I could feel the ugliness coming out.
So my attitude was sort of ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, have you? I mean, of course, you're going to say everybody's been.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's been ugly, physically and.
Some more than others.
Okay, so let's qualify this. When we say what we're talking about is, I guess the translation would be up north in the Yankee land would be being rude.
Yep.
Or being mean and nasty.
Or as some people would call it, being a New Yorker. Just kidding.
You know what? I've never heard that referred to as being a New Yorker.
Oh no! See, and the people who say it are the people from that area. Like, I'm from New Jersey, and some people would say letting their jersey out. Or, you don't mess with a New Yorker. And they because they're from New York, they're allowed to be rude. I'll say I don't really get this from the New England states so much, but like that New York, Long Island, and yes, I know Long Island's part of New York, New Jersey, that area there, they're kind of proud of the rudeness that they can show to others.
Do you think this is more or less now becoming not so much a northern demographic, southern demographic, but more of a country city type of discussion that we should be having?
Not with being ugly.
Okay. That's definitely either a Yankee or a Hillbilly
That's definitely
thing.
a Hillbilly thing.
Okay. Well, we've had a good discussion about that. Tell us what you think in the comments down below. What we want to know, have you ever been ugly?
Or have you just been rude?
All right, that's the topic for today.
I'm the Yankee.
And I'm the Hillbilly.
Till next time.
Thanks for watching.